gonna get quite the Fire Emblem right now. Okay, so what this is for a context, it's a book by Katee Robert. It's called The Beast. It's about Beauty and the Beast, but you know, not quite. When they're older and they're all 18 and over, and yeah, you're probably thinking, yeah, they were 18 in the movie. Well, now they're really 18 and over, specifically. Again, for those of you unaware, this is the cover of the book, the cover that I do not have because it costs a lot of money. And I'll let you, in case you're wondering, if you haven't figured it out, who is the Beast, who is Gaeton, and who is Belle. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Isabell might be the one on the right. No, not Belle, Isabell, because apparently Katee Roberts is afraid of infringement and doesn't want the big old mouse to come after her. So, Isabell, Gaeton, not Gaston, and Beast, not the Beast. Just so we're fully aware. And no, the Beast is not the Hugh Jackman looking kind of guy. I wish he was. I really do. I really do. But anyway, this is an interesting, nice, mature book for adult audiences that I'm sure a lot of people are fully aware of and definitely expecting this kind of stream now. It's been a fair few times. And we're up to chapter 16. Chapter 16 is from Beast's perspective. And to catch you up to speed with what happened last time, I don't think I should catch you up to speed on what happened last time. Just looked at the previous page, and I remembered, what happened. Okay. Right. They had a really intense gaming session, and they played a lot of video games. I think the previous couple of chapters were about that was the day where they played like 13 games or whatever in a row, and Isabell, who is quite the gamer, the cutest little PogChamp in the world, sorry, dirtiest little PogChamp in the world, managed to complete 13 games in a single sitting. Or was it 15? No, it was 13 games in a single sitting. And Gaeton and Beast were so impressed with the way she handled their controllers, they passed out or something. I don't know, but I think they're all in the bed now, sleeping. Anyway, let me get my reading light for this. Let's see what little gamers are up to. Another night of rest. Another night unbroken, with the nightmarish memories riding me hard. Ah, the memories, nothing else, riding hard. Both Gaeton and Isabell relax and sleep, and both of them are cuddlers. It amuses me to no end to wake up with Isabell's nose pressed to the middle of my back, and Gaeton's heavy arm over both of us. It's so PogChamp tempting to just stay in bed and soak up the closeness of these two people, who are so determined to keep everyone at a distance. Sorry, I had to lower my mic there. It was getting a little too high. I need it more deeper in my throat. That's what Beast said. Instead, I carefully extract myself and head to the bathroom. A quick shower later, and I'm once again dressed in my own clothes. It feels a little strange, after damn near 20 hours of wearing Gaeton's pants. But I finally need my head on straight for what comes next. We have Ursa to deal with. Oh, that's right, they received a death threat. I forgot about that. They got a mail inciting gang violence. And now the Little Mermaid is about to... Like, is Ursula a general for Little Mermaid, or does Ursula control a territory and the Little Mermaid is the general for Ursula? How does that work? I want to know more about that. Anyway, I don't think for a second that making a public show of solidarity will make her back off for good. She's hungry and ambitious, a shark scenting blood in the water after Orsino's death. If we hadn't tipped the balance, she might have contented herself with poking at our borders. No use worrying about what might have happened. We have to deal with the facts. This means contingency plans. Oh yeah, they were gonna host a GDQ and raise money for charity in the underworld, and have a big gaming session with a lot of people. I'm on my third call of the morning when Isabell wanders out of the bedroom. I'd heard her rustling around 15 minutes ago and put on a pot of coffee, and she makes a beeline for it, as opposed to a wasp line. I watch her pad around wearing Gaeton's shirt, and the sheer domesticity of this moment nearly knocks me off my feet. I want this. I'm determined to have it. Nothing will stand in my way. Not our history. Sure as PogChamp, not the Sea Witch's ambitions. 16 plus. Well, it's 16 plus because the chapter. Like, I might do chapter 16. I might do chapter 17 and 18 as well. I don't know how much I'll be reading tonight. But I am nearing, well, I don't want to say nearing the end, but I'm past the halfway point anyway. Anyway, Isabell pours a cup of coffee and brings it to her lips. I don't know how she has any taste buds left when she drinks scalding hot coffee like that. I'm sure that's not the only thing she's drunk this morning. But she's managed to get by for years just fine. How many mornings did we have like this when we were together? More than I want to count, probably 7. The woman is a force to be reckoned with, but she's like the Walking Dead before her first hit of caffeine. Ah, nice reference there, Katee Roberts. I found that unbearably charming before, and I find it unbearably charming this morning too, and I find that repeating words is unbearably charming. She makes a little humming noise that goes straight to my... Why? Why does it go there? She makes a little humming noise that goes straight to my controller and opens her eyes fully for the first time since she walked out. Hi. Oi. I hang up, slip my phone into my pocket, and cross to her. She watches me, some wariness flickering into her dark eyes, as she seems to remember all the history and bullpoop. Oh yes, I did totally, yeah. Oh yes, I take the mug from her and set it on the counter and then catch her lips. Morning. Morning, she echoes, still watching me as if she's trying to draw my thoughts right out of my head. You seem different. Do I? I snake a hand up her spine, pulling her flush to my chest. Cup the back of her head. It strikes me that I haven't kissed you properly in more than a year. She licks her lips. I noticed that too. Well, let's not start now. What do we say to another year? How many times have I tugged her into my arms and kissed her? 1, 2, 7, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 8,000, 100,000? I can't begin to count. I just did though. Never once did it feel as fraught as this moment, as if one wrong move will cave in the ground beneath our feet. I'd like to, just one more, yeah. A small furrow appears between her brows. What is a furrow? Now's not the time for that. You've been commanding me to do all sorts of filthy things, like playing Fortnite, and now you're asking for a kiss? What's next? A chicken dinner? It's different. Maybe it's as sentimental as poop, but I want her to choose this in a moment when I'm not railroading her. Gaming and Fortnite dancing can be the glue that holds the three of us together. What's my response? Oh, the 16 plus is for the chapter that I'm on, because I might be reading, like, you know, chapter 16, 17, and 18. Then I obviously can't list how many chapters I'll be reading, because I don't know if I will read them. That's why it's 16 plus. Sorry, they were Fortnite dancing together, hang on. The glue that holds the three of us together long enough for us to figure out something more permanent. But it can't be the only part of the foundation. I need concrete as well as cement. I fully intend to build. Not if I want it to last. I massage the tight muscles at the base of her skull, nearly crushing her skull completely. And she weaves a little on her feet, nearly falling over and passing out from the crushing of her skull.
Can I kiss you, Isabell Belmont, Vampire Slayer?
She hooks her arms around my neck and tries to let me know that I'm pressing against her skull a little too hard. And lets her mouth answer for her with a loud scream because her pain is too strong for her to bear. I have to concentrate on keeping my feet at the... I have to concentrate on keeping my feet at the first taste of her. Does he mean, like, keeping his balance? I mean, yeah, you know, holding onto your feet is pretty important. Oh, not that I missed chapter, I misspelled chapter. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. But yes, like, yeah, please, Beast, please concentrate on keeping your feet. That can't be right. I'm just gonna read this one more time because I like the sentence. I have to concentrate on keeping my feet at the first taste of her. The taste of feet. I do love that feet. No hesitance, no shyness. She gives it her everything. Every single toe. Every single toenail. Sorry, hang on. No hesitance, no shyness. She gives it her everything. Every single time. It's different than I remember it. Better. Neither of us are holding back now, and none of us are holding onto our feet. Lips and tongue. And the barest... Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Lips and tongue, and the barest tease of teeth. Nothing to do with feet. Her kiss is a challenge. I'm only too happy to meet. Unlike feet, I dig my hands into her hair, tilting her face up for a better angle, and getting a good look at her feet. And she makes a happy little noise, something the sound feet would make. I could kiss this woman until my dying breath, but I force myself to gentle the contact so I can see her feet, and to finally break it and lift my head. Her eyes have the pictures of feet in them, but they're gone, a little hazy, and she's leaning up to me like she might not be able to hold herself up if I let go. I'd better grab onto her feet. Same gaming total, same. But, I want to finish this first, because, I feel like if I end up reading every book in the Wicked Villain series, I could put together a little montage of how this universe is played together, and I would like to see that happen. But the next book is infinitely better than this one. Anyway, Isabell licks her lips. Good morning indeed. There are so many things I could say. So many options that will push us towards my endgame. You know, our Avengers endgame, or leave us in disaster. Instead, I kiss her forehead and her feet, and gently set her away from me.
Take a shower and get ready. We're having guests in an hour. You know, and make sure to keep those feet here just for later. She blinks at me, something dangerous flicking into her dark eyes. Beast, I have none of the things I need to get guests ready. Sorry, I have none of the things I need to get guest ready. Gaeton doesn't even have a hairbrush in his bathroom. He's got a comb. What am I supposed to do with the comb? That's what I suspected. Trust me. Is this a gamer thing or a Fortnite dancing thing? If I tell her yes,
she'll stop arguing. But while I might lie to get my way when it suits me, honesty is the best bet right now.
No, it's not.
Alright, beast. Isabell picks up her coffee and stares at me over the rim. Her expression goes down, down, down to my feet. Sorry? Goes downright dangerous, every inch of the powerful princess. You know better than most that I have a public image to uphold. That's not vanity, it's fact. I thought, was there not just a scene a minute ago where she was like, I like people watching me play video games? Like, what? Was that not a scene that happened? That's what she wanted? You bring anyone in here that aren't my sisters, and it's a territory issue. You know this. You can degrade me all you want for the next 12 days in private, but you don't get to do it in public. I thought she wanted that. I thought she literally said that in the previous chapter. What the fuck? She should pour the hot coffee on me. She should. Just go home. Like, why is she doing any of this? I feel like this is like irrelevant. She doesn't have to do this. She had her fun. That's enough of that. I give her a long look that has her shifting her stance like a bratty submissive. Sorry, a bratty subby wubby that just realized they've crossed over their, Doritos line.
I know what's at stake, and I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize your standing or reputation, but I will degrade the PogChamp out of you in public when the situation calls for it.
I step closer, caging her with an arm braced on either side of her body.
Because that's what you get off on, princess.
Yeah, she said that before.
You want me to put you over my knee and flip up your skirt so everyone in the room can see how wet your Mountain Dew bottle gets when I expose it to condensation. You'll get off harder knowing you have an audience. You'll shake up that Mountain Dew bottle and then
sorry, I shouldn't uncap that Mountain Dew bottle. Be very fizzy. She's breathing hard enough that I can take the coffee back again to prevent her from spilling it on herself. Oh, but she beat me to it. She spilled hot coffee all over herself and is burning her lap. Should I get a towel? Should I help her? Is Gaeton even awake? Sorry? That wasn't in the book? Isabell narrows her eyes. That's not fair. You just said this wasn't a Fortnite dancing thing. And now you're throwing a Fortnite dancing thing in my face? And the amount of times I have to use the word Fortnite dancing to cover up the same word that just got repeated, I swear to God. You don't have to get it both ways, Beast. You just don't. She's not wrong.
Oh, I'm telling you to trust me, Isabell. No more, no less.
I state it blandly, as if I'm not asking for the stars when we both know I am. She might trust me with her body, with her safety, with her pot of coffee, but she's not quite trusted me with her feet, or her heart, or her future. Not yet, but I will get those succulent feet one day. She considers me for a long moment and finally nods, but not like she likes it. Okay, but you're only giving me an hour. I have to start now. I step back.
By all means.
She picks up her coffee, puts it back down again, picks it back up again, puts it down again, picks it back up one more time. As prim as the princess, we call her, and strides back toward the bedroom. Gaeton walks through the doorway, bumps into her, she spills her coffee onto the floor, right as she gets there. And she goes up on her toes to give him a quick kiss. No telling if Isabell notices the tension that thrums through his body, or the vibrations in his feet. Sorry, that thrums through his body at the contact, because she's gone before I get another look at her face. Gaeton, though, he's not awake enough to hide from me. He's got hot coffee spilled all over his jeans. What is he gonna do with that? His expression reflects the growing determination not to let this go, or rather, not to let her go, or rather. I still have to seduce him into agreeing to a new set of terms. Time. It all takes so much damn time. My God. I pour him a cup of coffee and hand it over to him as he reaches, I pour him a cup of coffee and hand it over as he reaches me. He eyes it like I might have tossed some poison in too, which I did, but ultimately takes a sip.
Well, I'm sore as a gamer. I've got that gamer soreness. What do they call that? Arthritis?
That surprises a snort out of me.
Sorry, I can't snort. That was a weird one, wasn't it, Gaeton?
Ah, what the fuck was that beast?
If you came out of yesterday not sore, you wouldn't be human. No gamer can survive playing Fortnite without getting... Oh, sorry, what was that? No gamer can survive playing Ape Escape without getting arthritis in their claw hand.
You're not wrong there, beast.
He leans a hip against the counter next to me. A little too close to be strictly professional, but not close enough to see it as an invitation. He's wearing those gray sweatpants again. God damn, those huge, throbbing, gray sweatpants. And his big controller is a clear imprint on the front. Why is he hiding his controller from me? Oh, it's an Xbox Series X controller. Oh, I know, I love those controllers. Oh, actually, no. I can see the imprint. It's an Xbox Pro Elite controller. Ooh, I'm always a fan of those detachable thumbsticks. PogChamp. Those things should be illegal. I know, right? They're too expensive.
Beast!
He says my name slowly, but the narrator didn't realize that it was said slowly, so he just said it really fucking quickly. Amusement flickering to life in his tone.
Are you checking out my controller? Well, I see you looking over there at the gaming cabinet. I've got a fair few of them, beast. You like what you see?
I do, Gaeton. Is that the Xbox Elite controller you've got there?
Why, yes it is, beast. Check it out. There's these little toggle thingies on the back that you can pull out and change to other ones. They're magnetized, so once they're in there, they're locked in place for all your gaming needs.
No point denying it. If I want him to come to terms with us wanting each other, playing coy is the wrong call.
Yeah, I was looking at those controllers.
Well, funny PogChamp, aren't you?
He takes another sip of coffee, watching me over the rim of his cup, just like Isabell was doing minutes ago. Why did they keep doing that? I lean back against the counter.
Don't think I'm going to forget the rain check from last night.
He doesn't look away, though a faint blush darkens in his cheeks. Finally, Gaeton says, after hours, Gaeton finally says,
Why is Isabell in a huff and a puff and I'll blow your house down? Sorry, it was just a huff.
Part of me wants to ignore his changing the subject, but I've learned to be a patient hunter over the years. Sorry, I thought that was going someplace different. I don't have weeks to play this out, but I do have a little time. It'd be foolish not to utilize it.
She needs clothes. If we send her the full ones she already owns, Cordelia will figure out where we are and retrieve her.
Gaeton grins.
You called Tank?
I called Tank.
He stretches his fingertips, brushing the ceiling. The move puts his entire body on display, and I allow myself to enjoy the show. Gaeton snorts.
I guess I'll get dressed too. Tank and Hook might appreciate the sweatpants, but it hardly sends the right message. It really puts all of my controllers on display.
I nod.
They'll be here in an hour, because we've been talking for like fucking 80 hours, alright? It's literally been days, Gaeton. What are you still standing here for?
Oh, gee, time really flies. I thought we woke up a minute ago.
You're not wrong, Gaming Total. You're not wrong. It's really weird because like, I don't want to say all these books are the same. I really don't want to say that because I'm sure I've only read two. So I can't say that all these books are the same out of the 6 books that are in this series. But I just want to say they are quite similar, the 2 that I've read. They're quite similar. I think another thing too is I don't know a lot of fanfic authors, but I feel like if you're gonna make you know, one of these sexy time books, or you know, these gaming books, all right, so to speak, I don't think you should fucking go full on, like balls to the wall, quite literally every single page. Because the reason I want to get to the reason I want to get to the other book after this one is apparently there's not really any like sexy time or, you know, gaming zone time until like very close to the end of the book. Like it's a lot of teasing early on, like a lot of like intentions, like a lot of things that might happen but don't actually happen. It doesn't actually like go full on into the whole like scenario until way later into the book, like until you're like fucking almost until you're like at the climax of the book, and then you'll be climaxing from the book. But boy, every fucking page is a new roller coaster in this one. Like I just never know what's gonna come next. Literally, who will come next? Anyway, sorry. Gaeton rumbles and lets out a laugh.
You only gave Isabell an hour's notice? Well, no wonder why she's pissed.
He fills his cup of coffee back to the brim, but he doesn't stop filling it. It overflows, spilling coffee everywhere onto the floor. He just keeps making eye contact with me. He just stares at me like I'm standing there menacingly for some reason. The coffee spills. His feet are burning. He doesn't avert his gaze, he just keeps pouring. How is there this much coffee in this one little jug? I swear I didn't make this much coffee.
Gaeton, are you all right there?
Well, I'm just getting some coffee, Beast.
He doesn't put the mug down. He keeps pouring more coffee. An avalanche of coffee is pouring out from the mug, filling the entire room. The coffee starts to get ankle high. Sorry, I'm losing my track of thought.
Are we doing this tonight? Or like in an hour? Because I mean, we literally just woke up. So why would it be tonight? What are we gonna do for the rest of the day?
I don't think it's wise to wait. It's a band-aid.
What?
But it might make Ursa back off long enough for us to figure things out and return to the territory.
Even that might not be enough to divert her at this point, but I don't think she's hungry enough to try a full-scale war. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'm definitely wrong now. And people I cared about paid the price, paid the cost, paid the ransom. I won't let it happen again. They drown in the coffee. Book ends. Isabell escapes. Heads back to the territory that they call home. Hires new generals instead. Falls in love. Starts another love triangle. The generals leave again. She goes back to save them. They drown in more coffee. She comes back one more time. Cycle repeats. Sorry. Gaeton stares at his bedroom door, thinking about how to open it and what doorknobs are able to do. He pulls out a key and then realizes it's not locked. He grabs the handle very slowly, thinks about turning it, stares at the doorknob one more time. He then turns back and asks me a question.
Beast! Why does my bedroom have a door?
I have a nullified expression on my face.
It's to keep everybody inside there.
But the only one in there right now is Isabell.
Yeah? So?
Gaeton stares at his bedroom door.
I think it's a mistake to plan this without talking to Isabell first.
My instinct is to say no. We were the generals. We were the ones trained in what is essentially urban warfare, or, gang violence. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Orsino got his hands dirty right there with us, until he was too sick to do so. He always kept his younger 2 daughters out of it, but Cordelia and her wife were the last couple years working on earning the trust of the people they command, without Orsino overlooking everything. Sienna is dangerous in her own way, but Isabell has always been kept away from the darker parts. Always of what it meant to... Sorry, I lost my train of thought at always. Always been kept away from the darker parts of what it means to be the man in the Black's daughter. I want to keep her shielded from it now, but he's right. Trying to protect Isabell Belmont, a vampire slayer, is what got us into the situation to begin with. If we'd both been honest when we started dating her, if one of us had slowed down long enough to realize that our hatred for each other felt a whole lot like stifled lust, the list goes on. I finally nod.
We should talk to her.
What?
Gaeton slaps my shoulder really fucking hard and sends me halfway across the room.
So, you can see reason.
He has no PogChamp idea. Mopey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Taking a sick day. Oh shit. You're just taking a sick. That's fair, Mopey. Give yourself some time to rest. If things are getting hectic, don't feel ashamed to take a sick day. Everybody needs sick days from time to time. It's how you recuperate. It's how you decompress. You need sick days. That was the end of chapter 16, by the way. Chapter 17 isn't too long, so I might give that a little bit of a read too. Chapter 17 is from Isabell's perspective, because who the fuck else would we be talking about when 99 fucking % of this book is Isabell's perspective? I shit you not. It always goes from Isabell to somebody else, back to Isabell to somebody else, back to Isabell again. There's fucking 2 chapters in a row coming up later on that are just Isabell back to back. Why even have 2 different chapters? Oh my god. Hang on, I'm skipping through a little bit just to see who's reading the next chapters, and I think Isabell finally gets fucking killed or something, and she gets cut out of it because she no longer has any more chapters. Holy shit. Thank god. Oh, that's a fair point, maybe. That's a fair point. Well, it certainly gives you plenty of time to rest then. So, I hope you enjoy your free time. And get plenty of those personal chores done, whatever they may be. Hopefully they're not caring for a bunch of plants, because I totally just bought a bunch of plants. I do like these plants though, they're pretty cool. Anyway, chapter 17. From Isabell's perspective. I'm a disaster. A shower helps me clear my head, but Gaeton's not set up for anyone but him. And Gaeton does not use makeup, hair products, or own so much as a hairbrush. I'm left to finger comb my wet hair. I'm left to finger comb my wet hair and braid it back from my face. I don't know what I'll be able to get out of this braid without a vat of conditioner, but it'll do for now. Yard work is on the list. Fair point. Good to take care of the yard work, just do a little bit of gardening, a little bit of weeding. It's very important, Murphy, very important. You gotta keep those veggies well cared for. Anyway. It's not until I'm finally finished that I realize my next hurdle. I have no clothes! What? Hang on, aren't I in the, shower? By myself? Why would I say that out loud? That's weird. The beast looks up from his phone like he was standing there the whole time next to me while I was doing this, frowning at me like I've just said something obvious. How did he hear me? Where was he standing? How did he know I was there?
That's the point.
Gods, save me from the dominant men. I speak slowly because the urge to yell is almost overpowering. I have no clothes. Beast. People are showing up in fewer than 10 minutes, and I'm naked. Gaeton walks out of the bedroom completely naked, dressed to the nines in a black suit and a button-down shirt, in a deep blue that's almost the same color as Beast's eyes. I wonder if that was on purpose. Beast is wearing his normal uniform. Ah yes, we all know what that is. Ah no wait, it's dark jeans and a plain t-shirt. Today, it's black. Well, that's not his fucking normal uniform then, is it, Isabell? I wish I'd grabbed the shirt of Gaeton's that I wore to sleep in. Standing here naked is not an option, no matter how cavalier these two are acting. Gundam? I need to watch the Gundam series at some point, because I heard it's really good. Well, I don't know, there's like a million episodes of Gundam, but I don't know where to start, but it seems pretty cool. New one. Oh wait, shit! Is that new Monster Hunter content coming out like soon? Shit, wait, or is that already out now? Oh fuck. I might have to play that later tonight. After the stream I won't be really doing anything, so I might check out that Monster Hunter update if it's out now.
Isabell?
There's a strange somberness to Gaeton's voice that brings me around to face him again, and God, his sweet, sweet, succulent voice, it's so delicious to listen to every time I hear it.
If we choose to have you naked, that's how you'll be.
Before I can argue, he raises a hand, dangling a length of fabric from it.
Come here. This fabric is not nearly enough to cover you. It's barely even considered a washcloth.
Even as I cross him, recognition slams into me. I know this fabric. It's a black, tiny, tiny, tiny washcloth. Sorry, a microfiber cloth for cleaning your glasses. Sorry, it's a black silk robe. Never mind. What do you mean fucking tiny fabric? It's been out since yesterday. Oh shit, Moby, I was busy yesterday, mate. I was busy. Mostly working, but... Gundam 00, okay. I think I'll look into that gaming total, for sure. It's some wing stuff. Oh, I see, I see. Well, I'll get the update after the stream and I'll probably play some later tonight. I'll see if I see you in Sage, in Sage's Discord, I'll probably pop in for a bit. Anyway, that's the black silk robe that I bought him years ago. Because I wanted to see his big, hot, throbbing, veiny, rough body clothed in a decadent fabric that I could open, like the best kind of present. I still remember how hard we laughed when he put it on, and how much I enjoyed the gaming that came after. Boy, do I love gaming with him in that little tiny robe. I reach out a shaking hand and touch it. You kept it. I would have thought he took everything connected with me, dumped it in the nearest trash can, and doused it in gasoline for good measure, and that certainly wouldn't win him a chicken dinner. I certainly hadn't left the things that reminded me of him lying around, but I hadn't had the heart to destroy them either. Most of it's behind research level 110? Nah. No way. Surely not the fucking Camellios, right? And not the Mizu, right? Like, I imagine a lot of the, weapon upgrades and shit are from higher research level, but not the monsters, right? No way. No way. That'd be insane if it is. Anyway, wait, where the hell? Oh no. Sorry, there's a lot of repeating stuff that comes up in a little bit. Every one of the little rose trinkets he bought me over the 2 years we dated currently occupies a carefully packed box at the back of my massive closet at home. My humongous millionaire closet. It is a tiny box and it's really hard to find. I look up into his dark eyes, trying to find answers to questions I can't begin to voice. You... Sorry, I can't voice this question. I repeat. Sorry. You kept it. I repeat.
What? I kept it? Well, of course I did. It means a fucking heckload to me. Why wouldn't I keep it? It's a nice piece of clothes. I get the socks for Christmas. I always keep my socks I get on Christmas.
Nothing more. But what more answer do I need? He could have 1,000 reasons for hanging on to it, and none of them might mean what I hope they mean. That he still loves me. That maybe he never stopped. Oh, you gotta play Spleen, Mopey. I got Spleen. I'm ready to play more Spleen. There's more afflicted stuff. I mean, like, I don't... Like, they can keep adding as many afflicted things as they want. I ain't gonna fucking put in the time to fight the afflicted monsters. It's all just for, like, power creeping weapons anyway. Like, if you wanna min-max to the shithouse, then, yeah, getting the high research levels is well important. For some reason... Maybe it's because I don't have the time anymore. Because in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I did that shit. Like, I fucking grinded those fucking guild quests to level 140 and did them. But maybe it's because I don't have the time anymore that I just don't see the want to grind up some of those research anomaly quests to, like, above a level 100. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think maybe the rewards might be what's killing it for me. Because... with the guild quests, you'd get, like, rare and unique pieces of weapons and armor that you cannot obtain normally. But here in the anomalies, you get materials just used to improve your weapons and armor a little bit more above their cap, just to make them better. That's true. He has a drawer that's, like, slammed shut and stuck together. That's the important stuff is unlocked. I'm glad that it's... well, okay. Now, Mopey, is it not locked because you're just so high of a level at this point that there's no requirement for you to beat? Or, let's say, if you were a lower MR, you would still have to reach a higher MR in order to unlock new content. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine the flagship monster for the update being fucking locked behind? Well, I guess it's not really a flagship, is it? It's probably MR10. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm trying to think if that was the case in the base game, or even if Monster Hunter World Iceborne had that. I don't think Iceborne had that. But then again, I didn't know. Because I probably... the only... Actually, no. I think this game is fucking exactly like Monster Hunter Iceborne. Where the only real MR requirement is just to fight the subspecies flagship or the deviant flagship of the previous generation. Like Ruin and Nergigante to Nergigante. And that fucking scorched Hellfire... Magnamalo, that's the word I was looking for, Magnamalo, as opposed to regular Magnamalo. I don't know. What's weird to me is it's like this. Sorry, I was saying Pokemon. Monster Hunter Rise, to Monster Hunter World, is like Paper Mario Color Splash to Paper Mario Sticker Star. Like, it's a good improvement. But it still should be taken with a grain of salt because it's not like the old style. But I also don't mind the direction it's heading. But, like, Rise is just a better version of World. Kinda. I can't say that yet because they're not fucking done with the updates. And until they introduce a monster, they haven't done it yet. When they introduce a monster that has, like, a fucking... People who are watching the VOD, by the way, skip ahead like 10 minutes. They haven't introduced a monster yet that fucking has a DPS check in the fight, where if you do not meet those requirements, the fight will end, and you will fail, and you go back with nothing. That hasn't happened yet, and Monster Hunter World was filled with that shit. And I really hope they don't implement that at all in Rise. Currently, they're doing pretty good. Is alright, and Risen Camellios is enjoyable AF. Interesting. I'm curious how Risen Camellios works. I also like that they did add a variant to Camellios, because the Camellios weapons are really cool. Like, I like that. You know what's gonna piss me off though, Moby? You know what's gonna piss me off? That white, whatchamacallit? White Aspinius. If its weapons are all fire, I will shit in somebody's mailbox. Alright? Because it already has 99% fire weapons, aside from the dual blades, which are like fire poison. Alright? I think there's one other thing that's poison. But all of its fucking weapons are fire, despite it doing paralysis and poison. Why is there no variety? And I hope to God they rectify that with the subspecies. Or deviant, whatever you want to fucking call it. I think it's subspecies because it's the white one. But I hope they rectify that, and more of its weapons are either poison or paralysis. And I hope to God, if it's dual blades or poison and paralysis, I'm making them immediately. That is something that will make me play the game. If there's fucking poison, paralysis, dual blades, I'm all in. All in. Brown Aspinius. Brown? Wait, was it not white? Was I blinded by the fucking trailer? Was I looking at the same trailer? Brown Aspinius. What? Huh. Right, I guess they couldn't add white supremacy to everything, huh? Alright, well, you know, culturally accepted Aspinius. Violet Mizu is fire. I hope Violet Mizu has dual blades that are fire and water. I think that'll make me happy. I'm curious about the armor, if anything. Because a lot of the well, I know Risen Camellios is gonna have like fucking status ups out the wazoo, because that's what it was used for. Status ups. So it's gonna have a better version of the status ups. More status attack, more abnormal status build up and shit like that. I don't know what Aspinius would have, but its armor would be pretty cool because its base armor is pretty cool. Has the capacity to poison. Interesting. Like, I imagine it's just a more violent version of Aspinius. And I feel like if they took away either the paralysis or the poison, like yeah, it uses fireballs occasionally, but you know, it's got other things too, alright? I swear to God, if it's just more fire shit, and they add another fire monster, and then Risen Camellios has added fire to their weapons. Whew! Iceborne had ice monsters. Sunbreak has fire monsters. It's in the name of the game. Sunbreak, Iceborne. And that's what the point of the game is, right? You fight fire monsters, you fight ice monsters. What's the next Monster Hunter game going to be? Windbreaker? Fart weapons? Cutting the cheese? Gorgonzola? Like, what are they getting at? What's the next elemental fucking expansion they can make? Hang on. It's Flaming Aspinius. That's even worse, Mopey. That's guaranteed fire. What? It's already fire. Good fucking God. Good fucking God. Alright, I think I might end after chapter 17, actually. But, hang on. What about Afflicted Gore? But Afflicted Gore isn't chaotic gore, though, Moby. It's not the same. It's not the same, Moby. You can't tease me with Afflicted Gore. That doesn't count. What am I going to use Afflicted Gore for? Tokens? Tokens that I can redeem to upgrade my armor and weapons a little bit further? No. No, Moby. No. I can't do it. I won't do it. Although, the new talismans are kind of tempting. If anything, making those new talismans would be pretty cool. I do want chaotic. Opie. Imagine if they added chaotic in another title update. I don't think they will though. I think the next update has to be either Fatalis or Alatreon or something with a question mark icon, and Fatalis is the first thing that comes to mind. Although I don't think it's going to be Fatalis from Monster Hunter World, like the regular black Fatalis. I think it'll either be Crimson or White Fatalis, one of the two, because that's the only way they can one up what they've done in Monster Hunter World and make people actually want to play the game. Be like, oh shit, they're bringing back White Fatalis? Guys, he's like the strongest version of Fatalis. And he's better than like Black Fatalis. Tokens for getting mantles and stuff. I'm already, unless I'm getting Basilgeuse mantles, I don't care, maybe. I've already filled to the brim with mantles. I don't need other mantles. Why have I got this voice? Where did it come from? Flaming Fatalis. That's just Crimson Fatalis. If they make a new Fatalis, I'm done. They can't make a new Fatalis. Although they could, and that would be really cool. They won't. They won't do that. They're not going to make it. Although that would get me to play the game, like heavily, if they make a new Fatalis. I'm not doing it. Anyway, sorry, Rosy Trinkets. VOD viewers, are you back yet? Just skip 10 minutes? Alright, we're back. Anyway, he holds it open so I can step into it. The robe dwarfs me. I turn into one of the 7 dwarfs following Snow White. I am Slutty, the 8th dwarf. Holy shit, that wasn't in the book. The robe dwarfs me, pooling at my feet. Pooling at your feet? Wait, what? How big is the robe? Oh, right, I didn't realize it was... The robe dwarfs me, pooling at my feet, gaping at my chest, despite my attempts to tie it firmly. It has a good... Sorry, it's hardly a good option for meeting strangers, but they would have to pry it off me to make me change at this point. I can't stop stroking the fabric harder and harder as if a genie will come out of it, and then the robe fucking spurts fucking white liquid everywhere. Can't start remembering all the times I lay sprawled across his chest and did the same. Risen Fatalis. Fatalis risen from the... You know... Okay, hold that thought. You know how... What's his name? The fucking dead monster. Starts with a V, I think. Why am I thinking it starts with a V? It was in World. Valhazak, that's it. That's the one. If they make a Fatalis like that, that'd be pretty fucking cool. Like a dead Fatalis that's come back, like a skeleton fucking thing. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. That could be your fucking risen Fatalis. Fatalis risen from the deaths of the ones that were killed in Monster Hunter World. It's returned again. The zombie Fatalis. Anyway, there are so many things to say, and I can't find the words to even begin, so I won't say anything at all. Before I have a chance to, the buzzer announces the arrival of Beast's guest. I take a seat on the chair facing towards the door and open my robe. Wait, no I don't. And don't miss the way Gaeton leans against the wall at my back, while Beast goes to answer the door, despite the door not asking a question. Sorry, despite it being Gaeton's apartment, why do I keep answering in advance? Do they even notice how they've shifted their relationship since my father's death? Let me rub that in one more time. My father's dead. Died of cancer. I rub my hand against my chest. Maybe there will come a time when the reality of my father being gone forever, one more time, just to reinforce it, my father's dead, doesn't hit me with an almost physical blow. Because on the count that he's dead. When the loss of him doesn't rise like a rogue wave to drown me when I least expect it. Maybe, just to reiterate, my father's dead. One more time, for everybody at home, my father's absolutely dead. I tense as the door opens, but the woman who walks through isn't the stranger I expect. I blink. I rhyme the word blink with Tink. Tink Tink fucking stutters. Tink stops short and narrows her eyes. She's a pretty plus-sized white woman with a mass of blonde hair and the personality of a honey badger. She's also a brilliant designer and responsible for most of the formal clothing in my closet right now. The man at her back is a tall with medium brown skin. Also, surprisingly, I think this person sports the same voice as Beast, so the narrator's gonna have to change that. A close cropped beard and black hair that falls to his shoulders. Hook, the leader of one of the smaller territories in Kavar City. That's right, not as impressive as ours. Tink looks at me for a long moment and then turns... Sorry. And then she turns and levels a glare at both Beast and Gaeton.
What the pog camp?
She points at me.
What the pog camp is going on here?
I say.
No, wait, they get to speak for themselves.
She talks over me like I'm not even here and turns to the point of accusing... And turns to point that accusing finger at Hook.
Did Owo know about this?
He raises his hands.
I know as much as you.
Because we would be having words.
She spins back to Gaeton and Beast.
We're friends. Why consider us friends?
I have to twist to see Gaeton, and he looks like he's facing down the honey badger I compared Tink to.
We're friends, Tink. You know, best of friends. You up for a gaming session today? Like good friends do? I've got a fair few controllers here. I know there's 5 of us now. That's okay. We can play Mario Party 9. I'll use the gamepad. You guys can all be the little controller people. That's good. Then you won't mind explaining to me why Isabell Belmont, Vampire Slayer, is sitting here in Uwu's robe, looking like she's been run over by a truck.
She spares me the briefest glance.
No offense. None taken.
I say faintly, as if taking offense to that statement.
There's a simple explanation.
Beast interjects. He doesn't look ruffled, because he's got a bunch of feathers. But Beast always shuts down his reactions in stressful moments.
That's good, because from what people are saying, it's always Pog's camp. Sounds like Uwu hauled Isabell out of the underworld by her hill and have kept her locked up here as some kind of gamer slave. And friends or not, I will castrate Uwu right Pog camp now if that's the case.
She's wearing a pair of jeans that look faintly painted on, and a cute flouncy crop top, so I don't think she has a weapon hidden anywhere, except, the one place that she can hide a weapon. But both men tense up, as if she's pulled out a gun pointed at them. Her finger pistols. Beast takes half a step in front of my chair, trying to block the finger bullets from approaching. One of them hit me. Unbelievable, I'm now bleeding out. Sorry.
It's none of your business.
Hook whistles under his breath and a dog comes running in.
Good luck with that.
Uwu made it my business when Uwu sent out an invitation to bring me here. An invite. Why might add, that sounded a lot like a command.
Tink crosses her arms under her breasts, as if she has anywhere else to put her arms.
Well, I will talk to Isabell alone, or I won't. And I will be walking right to Mike and letting her know about this Pog Champery. Sorry, the pogging that's taking place in Hades' territory. Uwu's choice.
I fully expect the men to fight her on this. Neither of them takes orders well from another than my father. Neither of them takes orders well from anyone other than my father, and Tink's married to the leader of an entirely different territory. But Beast finally steps back and to catch up to speed, Tink married Hook in her book, which is before this. Also, when I blink, I see Tink, and when I read about Hook, I think about a book. I'm fucking Dr. Seuss. Alright, but more importantly, the book that came before this one, Tink married Hook. So that's some prequel story we'll get into later, maybe, I don't know. But Beast finally steps back and Gaeton brushes a light hand across my hair.
Tell her what she wants to know, Isabell.
I twist to look at him. I truly do not understand the power dynamics in the room right now. What? Why?
Because she's a friend. She gives a smile that almost... Sorry. Yeah, I didn't say that part, actually.
Because she's a friend. He gives a smile that almost a grimace. I think I looked this up last time, but please, I hope grimace is like more than just a McDonald's mascot. Because when I read that, I'm just thinking his smile looks a lot like grimace. Okay. Okay. Okay, it can be used as a verb. Somebody can be grimacing. It's a face of disgust. It is. It is. You can make a grimace though. Is that what grimace is in Macca's? Like, is he just... What is he? What is... He's like a purple blob. Is he... Do they know this? If I was a kid and I saw that, you know, one of my favorite fast food chains had a mascot that was literally the face of disgust, I don't think I'd be eaten there as often. Do you know? Was that intentional? Is that who Grimace is? God. Every time I look at Macca's, I just see the face of disgust coming to haunt me. Also, when I looked up the definition of grimace, no one is talking about Macca's. No one seems to give a shit about Macca's grimace. I hear you, Macca's grimace. I know you're out there. Anyway. Sorry, who's grimacing again? Oh yeah, he gives me a smile that's almost a grimace. Almost a very bad expression.
And she doesn't bluff.
Their friend? Their friend? They have a friend? That's one more than me. Maybe it's true, but there's a lot more in the way of undertones here that I don't understand. Or maybe I simply never stopped to think about what Gaeton and Beast would look like as friends with other people. I know, right? Would they have friends? They socialize with the people that work under them. But that always felt almost like an obligation. Both men keep others at a distance, as a matter of course. Took me a second. The fact that this woman is here and is a possible friend to these two is close enough to demand answers without them seeing it as a threat or digging at their heels. But I thought heels are for digging anyway. Every new revelation about these two drives home the truth. I really don't know them as well as I did. Tank looks around and looks back at me, looks at Gaeton, Beast, checks out the TV and notices an Old Spice commercial, then looks back at me and nods at the door to the bedroom.
Intel, now.
Another cross look at the rest of the room.
Keep an eye on these towel hook.
I follow slowly, clutching the robe to keep it from flashing her, even though I really wanted to. I've been alone with this woman many times in the past, but it feels like locking myself in with a tiger as I shut the door behind me. She frowns at me and lowers her voice.
What? Well, I know better than anyone how the rumor mill turns in the city, but if Uwu needs to get Uwu out, I will.
I blink at Tink. Why would she make me blink, I think? Why would you do that? You're their friend. Their one and only friend in the whole wide world.
No poop. I'm their friend, and sometimes that means taking a hard one when they're pog camping. And I think right now they're pogging pretty hard.
She hesitates, but finally props her hands up on her hips.
I would like to believe that neither of those guys would keep Uwu here if Uwu didn't want to be. But Beast and Gaeton are bloody poggers in the head when it comes to Uwu. And the man in black dying, just to reiterate, Isabell, your father is dead. and has them pog-champed up even worse. So much as I would like to say that they never do something so unforgivable.
Is Tink going to be gaming? I think she's invited into the LAN party. I think they're about to host a GDQ. I think they're about to raise money for everybody in the underworld in Kavar City. And, you know, have a big old gaming session. And everyone's going to be invited. Hopefully nobody cheats. Anyway.
Well, I can't guarantee it, which is why we're having this conversation.
She crosses to me and flicks open the robe a little.
So, whoa! You were hiding this under your robe? What you don't wear anything underneath? That's so indecent. I can't believe you.
She didn't say that.
So, I'll ask Uwu again, and I want an honest answer. Are those bruises consensual, or do I need to get Uwu out?
I look down. My body aches from everything we did yesterday, and I barely noticed the bruises, because we were gaming so hard. You know when you steal a star in Mario Party and your fucking bro homie just like punches you in the back? That happened. I flushed for something, like shame. Though, there's a level of possessive pride in there. I earned these marks. I meet and hold her green eyes. It's none of your business, but I'm willing to give you an answer because I appreciate your offer, unnecessary as it is. The marks are consensual. We gamed for fun. I'm here because I want to be. If I want to walk out the door, they wouldn't be able to stop me. Sorry, I thought she was going to start flossing. She searches my face for a long time and finally exhales in a rush.
What? Dang PogChamp. I hope they wouldn't drop to the end like that. But Grief's weird poop to people and I couldn't be sure. Oh, but Grief does weird poop to people and I couldn't be sure.
She starts to sit on the bed and charges her phone in the charging port. She starts to sit on the bed and changes her mind halfway through. Didn't say the word charges.
I don't need any details. Uwu's not comfortable showing, but I'd like some. You know, I get off onto hearing how other people play video games. Do you happen to have a Twitch? Is it twitch.tv at UNKN, was it N now, or did you have a 0 in there? There's no underscore either, it's a samurai afterwards, right? Oh yeah, I'll give that guy a follow.
Most of it is common enough knowledge at this point. Beyond that, it's not a bad idea to have this woman in my corner. They left after my father died. Just to reiterate one more time, Tink, in case you didn't know, and neither did the audience. My father died, Tinkerbell. Sorry, Tink, not Tinkerbell. She's not affiliated with Tink in any way. I wrestled down the grief of my father dying, pushing at the inside of my skin because he died so fucking hard, just waiting to spill messily over everything. Ursa is testing our boundaries, and we need them back.
Uh-huh?
Tink is studying me, unable to say the word uh-huh in that weird voice.
And none of Uwu do we go over that mess from a year ago?
And none of us three got over that. Why am I repeating the thing that you just said? I confirm, it's difficult to keep my expression locked down because of the death of my father. We agreed on 2 weeks, and I'll be figured out by then. Tink raises her brows.
So it will.
She presses perfect red painted lips together.
Well, okay, fine. I won't hustle Uwu out of here, but Uwu know why they called me.
Time passes. 4 hours later. They haven't explicitly stated their plan, but I can't sorry. She's not saying that. I also like to believe, because again, time lapse, okay. They woke up, I'm assuming before lunchtime, okay. The only time frame we got is that there was, let's say it was 12. All right, let's say it was 12. An hour passes, because that's how much time they had until Tinkerbell arrived. She's here now, so clearly it's at least 1 p.m. at the latest. All right, at the absolute latest. How much do you want to bet it's gonna be fucking dark by the time they're finished with this conversation and they're gonna start gaming? Late night gaming. Like, how much time has passed? All right, to me, in my mind, it's still like fucking noon. All right, they're gonna be fucking drinking and gaming at like 12 p.m. Anyway, sorry. Got a little ahead of myself there. They haven't explicitly stated their plan, but I can hazard a few guesses. I need clothes. They want to make a statement, and Tink's designs are sure to do that. Though I don't know what she can accomplish on this timeline. None of us have thought through things as much as we need to.
Oh, we'll need a whole lot more than that.
She shakes her head.
Damn, man. We'll take care of this. Trust me. Me and Peter Pan will have it fixed up in no time.
Strangely enough, I do. I don't even decide to question who the hell this Peter Pan person is. Tink and I have never been friends. She unfriended me on Facebook years ago. She's snarly and brilliant, and all of our interactions have surrounded her measuring me, making suggestions, and then delivering stunning clothing items when she says she will. That said, I know plenty about her reputation. Anyone who can go toe-to-toe with the power players in Kavar City, both in and out of the bedroom. It's not someone to be taken lightly. It's not someone to be taken lightly. Okay. God, there's a lot of gamers in Kavar City. Elite gamers. She leads the way back to the main room of the apartment. The men are more or less exactly where we left them. Because they would have fucking wandered to Macca's in the meantime? What do you mean? Of course they would be there. What do you mean you left them? Sorry. Hook lights up like Tink has been gone a week instead of a few short minutes. Gaeton and Beast just look guarded. Why don't they light up like Christmas trees? Tink props her hand on her generous hips.
Oh, till we're acting like fools. Jeez, Tink. Tell us how you really feel, and please drop the ooh act. Tink, it's really getting old now.
Gaeton smiles, but Tink doesn't hear that part of the ooh speech. But it doesn't quite reach his eyes. Somehow, I know that if this situation wasn't about me, he'd be fully enjoying her attitude.
Don't worry, I have itemized the wisp.
I can see Gaeton cringing as she speaks. I can't see her expression from here, but she sounds fearsome.
I'm going to text it to Uwu, and then Uwu and Beast are going to retrieve every single thing on the wisp for me. It's like a scavenger hunt. Does Uwu like games? 'Cause I love games, and we're going to play a really big game today. I don't want Uwu to back out before then.
Beast is already shaking his head.
No, we're more than happy to pay for your steep fees to get something put together now, but we're not leaving.
What again?
She pulls her phone out and types quickly. Seconds later, both Gaeton and Beast's phones chime. They have the same ringtone. It's a default Samsung ringtone. They've never changed it once in their life beforehand. Makes me sick to think about. Gaeton's brows rise as he reads.
This list has 20 things on it. Exactly 20 things itemized in a numerical order from 1 to 20. Some of this poop I've never heard of. Like, what is tomato sauce? What the hell is that? Beast, have you heard of tomato sauce?
It's pronounced tomato, Gaeton. And yeah, I've heard of it. We call it ketchup.
Ketchup? What are you catching up to?
Sorry.
Get familiar. Owen wanted to do someone who invests as much of their appearance as Isabell does. That wasn't a dig, by the way. We'll need to figure out the products and to accomplish it. And we'll need to figure it out fast.
The sugary, sweet edge filters into her voice. One that doesn't do a single thing to cover the poison beneath.
Get the pog champ out. Or else, I will leave 3 of you high and dry. And I don't think for a second I'm not charging you hazard pay for this entire day.
Beast and Gaeton exchange one of the most silent-speaking glances. After minutes, finally, Beast shrugs.
You get a few hours on the condition that Hook stays.
He looks at the other man.
I'm assuming you have a team in the building. You have a SWAT team sent to our location?
Seen correctly.
It'll be enough.
Beast crosses to me and tips my chin up with a finger.
What do you want, Isabell?
I want Macca's. Sorry, it's really on my mind right now. That's a question I still don't have an answer to. I'm starting to fear I never will. I try for a smile, but the expression doesn't feel right to my face. In fact, it goes to my feet, which is kind of strange when you think about it. Tink appears to have things well in hand, and my feet have a mind of their own. He searches my expression, looking at my feet and back at my face. I think he understands, and nods once.
We won't be long.
Not a single person mentions that it'd be simple to order the items and have them couriered here, but shipping takes more than 2 weeks, and they wouldn't get here in time. There is a bit of shuffling around as Hook's people bring up a sewing machine and a rack filled with wardrobe bags. Then Gaeton and Beast are gone. Hook's team are sent to secure the perimeter, and I'm left with these 2 people I barely know. What the fuck is happening right now? What the actual fuck is happening? In my mind, what has just happened, alright, is they have called you know the tailor that fucking makes the Incredibles like suits? Like that lady? What's her name? It starts with an E. I think her name's just E, actually. I don't know. But it's like they called in her, and she has this elite team of like materialistic like fashion designers and shit, and they've all just poured into the building, all right, with all their like big scissors and shit, like from Kill la Kill, and they're all ready to fucking create like this magnum opus of a dress. Like, I don't know why the fuck she needs this, by the way. Like, I feel like all of this is unnecessary because they just ripped her fucking dress on the first day, and she could wear literally anything else. Anything else would be better than nothing, all right? But no, they have to do this. Edna Mode, that's it. That's her name. Thank you, Moby. Thank you, Moby. That would have driven me fucking nuts for the rest of my life. Thank you, Moby. I'm surprised you knew that off the top of your head. But yes. Fucking, and now Beast and Gaeton have to go on a scavenger hunt to locate critical items. Like, what do you mean? Can't they just go to the nearest, like, you know, like, I guess, material store and just grab everything from there? Do they have to fucking slay a dragon or some shit? Like, how wild is this gonna get? Like, what are they gonna have to do to obtain some of this shit? Uncultured. I mean, I saw Incredibles 2, but that was like a year ago now. I don't remember Moby. I haven't seen Incredibles 1 in a long time, though. All I remember is that guy at the end who just goes, I am the Undertaker! I remember that guy. And then they fucking killed the Undertaker in, like, the first few minutes of the next movie. Anyway. God, that was a big cliffhanger for the longest time, huh? Like a decade-long cliffhanger. Anyway. Not a single sorry, hang on. Yeah, the courier, right? Yep, brain it. Yep. Hook brushes a soft kiss to Tink's lips.
I tell you to be gentle, but you know better.
That's right. Oh, well, you know better.
He drops into the chair Gaeton occupied and pulls at his phone. Seconds later, he loads up Flappy Bird and he continues playing for hours on end. Why does he do this? I don't know. He seems entirely consumed with Flappy Bird. I don't wish to interrupt him, but he's really consuming up a lot of time. Sorry. He seems entirely consumed with what he's reading, probably memes. Tink turns to give me a long look.
Oh, well, sorry.
Not particularly.
If one's Hook in another room or facing away, it's fine, but I need a room to try on a few things. We don't have enough time to put together a dress from scratch, so we'll adjust the stuff I found on hand.
Why does she need a new dress? Why does she need this? Why does she need all of this? I don't understand. What is wrong with just wearing any other old kind of dress? If she's going to try on dresses, why not just have one of those? Alright. I glance at Hook, but it doesn't seem to pay us at least the least bit of attention. I know it's a lie. If he thinks for a second that I'm a threat, he'll neutralize me immediately. What? He's got tranquilizers in that bag. Watch out. But I appreciate how respectful he's being for not, neutralizing me immediately. He has a good reputation, both as a man and as a territory leader, and so far he's living up to it.
It's fine. Sorry, I didn't say that. Sort of butting in. I'll let you take the lead, Isabell.
It's fine.
I'll take it at your word. Where is the robe?
I shrug. I shrug out of it and let it drape over the arm of the couch. Tink circles me and whistles and hollers, and a number of dogs pile into the room from all over Kavar City.
Wow, you did a number on Uwu. Uwu looks like a punching bag. That's unbelievable.
Impossible not to blush. I enjoyed it. I'm such a gamer. I stole all of their stars.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
She stops in front of me and narrows her eyes directly on my controller.
Uwu was right. And that's quite difficult to do for a gamer. I can see that even without measuring Uwu again. Uwu is not taking care of Uwu's self.
It's been a rough couple of months. I've done nothing but eat Doritos and Mountain Dew. The understatement of the century. Because I've clearly drank gallons of Mountain Dew and ate an unlimited supply of bags of Doritos. Tink winces at the sound of Doritos.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. My condolences on the loss of your father. Just to reiterate one more time, in case anybody at home hasn't realized this fact yet, just one more time. Isabell's father has passed away. Alright, he's dead, he's buried, he's moved on.
I don't think Sage is up right now. Do you think Sage knows that Isabel's father is dead? Because, holy shit, they brought it up. In this one chapter, they brought it up like fucking 8 times. But like, they brought it up so many times, man. Like, I fucking swear to God. Like, I get it. He's dead. I don't think she knows. Fuck, man, she has to know. She's gotta know. Everyone needs to know. Katee Roberts wants it to be apparent that Isabel's father has died, and there's no way to bring him back. He's dead. I never know what to say to people who offer their condolences or apologies because my father passed away. No amount of words in any combination will bring him back or lessen the pain of losing him because on the count that he's dead. Nothing can combat the gaping hole in my chest because he's dead. Though, being with Beast and Gaeton does distract me from the fact that he's dead. Without their presence in the apartment, the darkness nips at my edges, tearing away bits of my armor and what little peace I found in the arms of the 2 men that I love. Because, you know, my father's dead. I clear my throat, trying to hold back the feelings of my father's death. Thanks. If Tink sees the way I blink, can I stop rhyming Tink with blink? No? Alright, I'm not the author. Sorry, the way that I blink too often, the wetness in my eyes overflowing. She chooses to ignore it, but then presses against it on even more.
So, your father's dead, eh? Well, tough time. Guess you gotta get a new one. Oh wait, the father storage all out of daddies. Whoopsie daisy.
Instead, she turns to the garment of bags and unzips them one by one.
Well, I grabbed everything I have ready. We'll get you a few options to work with, and when I'm done, it will look amazing. Enough that no one will wonder how Uru's feeling.
She gets it. Somehow she understands. I manage to smile past the burning in my throat. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you. I don't know why I had such a deep voice when I said that. I'm sorry. Thank you.
This time, I truly mean it. Do I or do I? We'll find out that later in the next chapter. Sorry, I'm gonna have to end it there because my throat is fucking killing me. I hate it when there's like more than 2 people in the same room. And boy, do I love having 3 people in the same room with different voices. Anyway, the next chapter is chapter 18 with Gaeton. And there's only 12 chapters left of the book, so you know, we're getting there. Chapter 18 is quite short actually, but I'll save that for another day. Same with chapter 19. Chapter 20 is a bit of a doozy, however. Oh boy, but we're getting close to the end. Kinda, in quotation marks. Almost there, almost at the end. It's fucking killing me though. I also keep forgetting to move the little characters on screen to represent like who's in the room and who's not. I keep forgetting to do that because I get too lost in the gaming knowledge. But no, I think I'm good though. I've gamed pretty hard today. gamed quite hard. Oh, actually, I'm surprised. I thought Goblin was going to be streaming later. I don't know, it might be too early. How long are you going to be up? Probably for the next, like, 3 or 4 hours. I do have to get the update, though, so that might take a little bit. But I will be down to play some Monster Hunter, for sure.